All right, we're here in the principal's office at Ellsworth High School, where you never want to be. And I'm joined by Rebecca, and you're Rebecca
Svec.
Svec, and you are the French teacher.
Yes.
The French teacher.
The only French teacher.
And Lindsay
Corson.
And you are one of two Spanish teachers
Yes.
here at Ellsworth High School.
Yes.
So I'm surrounded by the languages here at Ellsworth High School. Tell us a little bit about the French teaching that goes on here. How many years have you been here? And
Okay, so I have taught at Ellsworth High School for 16 years and 4 years at Bangor High before that. And I think I have kind of a unique perspective because I learned French when I was 7. When I was in Belgium, I grew up speaking French, so I like to bring that to the classroom, talking about culture and fluency. And we are proficiency based. We've been doing this for years, just trying to get them to talk and being able to function in the language.
so with the proficiency based language, and now with the assessments and the changes that's going on, how has that impacted your teaching style or what you have to do?
Well, everything impacts teaching style. The kids, the mandates really take second hand to the kids and the way they grow and the way they change. So I don't know. I think my teaching style has changed over the years, anyways, to lend itself to proficiency based.
Okay.
I still have a lot of work to do, but I can visualize it because of the nature of our subject matter.
You have taught here for how long, Lindsay?
8 years here, 4 years at MDI before that, and 2 years up in East Millinocket.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that teaching up in East Millinocket Spanish, that's like a whole different world, because you would think that they really have that French, I guess the culture up way up north.
They do.
And I tried to learn French in high school after taking a long time Spanish. I just found it so hard to learn speaking French after having all the Spanish background that I did.
Yeah, I think that's true because they're very similar. So I would have a hard time doing Spanish because I'd want to be speaking French, whereas German, which I know fairly well, is not too hard for me. But it's getting them confused because they're so similar. But it should still help. Whenever you learn a language, it's easier to learn another language.
Yeah, I think it was the articles, and it was all, my brain was going back and forth here. So when you teach Spanish, how do you, I mean, obviously, is it on the upper levels, is it all in Spanish, or you try and go all in Spanish, or is it a mixture? Tell us a little bit about how you teach.
It's a mixture. I try to go all in Spanish, but I'm not a native speaker.
Okay.
I learned Spanish in high school, just like these kids do.
Yeah. Where did you go to high school?
I went to high school at Stearns.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started learning Spanish at 14.
Yeah.
So I try to speak all in Spanish, especially in levels 3 and 4.
Okay.
But I have a hard time when explaining the nitty-gritty of the really difficult grammar.
Sure.
That's hard to explain in the target language.
Exactly. And when you bring in the culture, how do you try and do that? Is movies, food, what?
Everything. So lots of culture. Yeah, I tell them lots of stories about my life, which they love to hear, but because I've lived all over the world. But lots of food. And films are really good, especially at the upper level, level 3 and level 4. We watch a lot of films, which they listen to, they write compositions about. I mean, they're good quality films. So yeah, film is great. We travel once in a while. We go to Quebec City.
So, and how often does that? Is that every other year?
I do it every 3 years to give everybody a chance because it's a huge production. It's always a wonderful trip. So I'm not going to go this year, but next year, and I take freshmen through seniors, about 30 kids.
And is it the Winter Carnival?
No, but I go in the winter. I go in December because it's cheaper if you wait till Winter Carnival. Plus, I don't know if I really want to take the kids to Winter Carnival.
Okay.
So it's cheaper in December, and plus nobody's tired of snow. December, we're all excited about the snow, and it's beautiful. So December, next December, I'll be going.
Okay. And how about you with Spanish? It's hard to...
I'm not ready to take 30 students to Spain yet. So
well, in another 5 years or so.
I take a small group of students every year to Boston, believe it or not.
Yep.
I know this little old man from Madrid who teaches them flamenco, and
Oh, wow.
we eat tapas
Yep.
in a Spanish restaurant and go see a flamenco show. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I teach them how to use the public transportation and take them to Quincy Market.
Which is unbelievable because, you know, when you think about it, I went down to Boston 3 weeks ago, and it had been forever since I've been down to Boston. And I forgot how much I hated driving down in Boston. But, you know, unless you've been down there and know about the public transportation, we don't have the T up here in the Ellsworth, Bangor area. I mean, yes, we have the Acadia bus that goes around, but I don't even know how many kids have ever even ridden that as well. So that's an incredible thing. I'm sure they love that.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch them. Some of them will leave the hotel with no coats, and it'll be February or March, and they'll be like, we'll just run quickly from the what to the what. I said, you're going to be walking outside.
There's no concept in terms of that. If you are able to talk to parents, what's the biggest challenge you have teaching French right now? Yeah, that same question is coming to you.
Okay.
No, in Spanish.
Challenge. I guess, I mean, the kids are great here. So it's not the kids, it's motivating, yes. Getting kids really motivated to do the best they can. And I think that's probably across the board for all teachers. They're nice kids. I have great kids, but sometimes they don't want to put the time into study that you really need to do for a foreign language because it is really hard. So I guess motivating them to work fairly hard and to take it seriously and also have fun with it.
How about you?
Well, ditto, but I also have a hard time when students are absent. It's really hard to recreate the collaborative learning environment that world language is, so they can make up the work, but it's difficult without the class around you, without your group around you. With just one-on-one with me, it's really hard to recreate those conversations.
Right. What's the best thing about teaching here at Ellsworth High School? And for the record, Dan Clifford's sitting over on the side. All right, the principal. But go ahead.
So many.
Besides the principal that you have working
besides
here.
the principal. Right. I was going to start with the principal. Everything. I love my room. If you come upstairs, I have a beautiful purple room.
The kids. Love purple.
It's purple.
Okay.
And it's got a mural. You should see it. It's, you know, Starry Night by Van Gogh over the whole wall. The kids, because I've taught at other schools. I did teach down east too, and they were great, but I really like the Ellsworth students. I like the teachers. We've had some turnover, but the new ones are great too. Of course, the principal, as we already mentioned. So it's just a good place to work. And it's a beautiful building too. I love being here.
Okay.
Well, I'm from a very small town, so I like what a close-knit community Ellsworth is.
Yeah.
It's a fairly big city,
right.
But everybody's very close-knit. Everybody's supportive. It feels very much like a small town to me.
All right, here's your 30-second elevator pitch. You can look at the camera, you can talk to the taxpayers, you can talk to the parents, you can talk to the students. What do you want to say?
I just hope that everybody enjoys taking foreign language. It's really important because you never know when you're going to need it. And I'm hoping, this is my goal, is to get foreign language into the middle school and elementary school in Ellsworth so we can start them earlier. I started when I was 7, and that was such a gift because it was easy for me. So I'd like to start earlier.
Okay.
I agree. 14 is really hard, a really hard age to start foreign language. So we'd love to get foreign language in the younger grades, but that would take, money. Like everything does.
Yeah.
It takes money.
But it's obviously worth it because, I mean, as we all know, I mean, anywhere you call, it's press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish, press 3 for French, and I mean, there are more and more people that are able to speak more than one language.
Yes.
And so our future leaders need to be able to speak more than one language.
Correct.
And to be able to speak English well, unlike I'm doing right now. Okay, anything else that you want to say?
Sure. In our department, we learn a lot, but we also have a lot of fun. So,
Yes, we do. It's the most fun department, I would say.
Yep.
Lots of food and music, definitely.
Probably too much fun. All right. Never too much fun. Okay. That's this week. Thank you very much, ladies. For Meet the Ellsworth High School Teacher, it's a brand new program. We have one other video for you to see right now, but check back often as we're going to be constantly adding to our library here, and check out all the other videos we have on the WDEA YouTube channel.